Mm-mm. Lord help me. And we believe, we don't believe, we know. Okay, so. Hey y'all, welcome to Grace and Truth Podcast. My name is Cody Brooke. This podcast will be hosted by myself and my two best friends, Jill and Melissa. You won't hear from them all the time because they are both full-time missionaries in foreign countries. Jill is in Costa Rica and Melissa is in Brazil. So they won't be able to be on every single episode, but you'll hear from them a lot. You guys will have the opportunity to get to know all three of us a little bit better in each of the episodes. We're all going to share our story. We'll try to have all three of us together as much as possible. But when they are not on, it's simply because they're not available. Why are we here? What is the purpose of Grace and Truth? The title is kind of a dead giveaway. We are just passionate about reaching into the lives of young women and helping them discover truth and doing that with a lot of grace and with a lot of love. And we just want to help people really just be the best versions of themselves that they can possibly be and make the most out of this life that we've been given. The reason that we're inspired to do that is because that is what all of us needed at one point. Every single one of us has been in a place in life where we were lost. I didn't even have a clue, y'all, of what my best looked like at that time in my life. But the best leader that I had around me was culture. And it was just all the influences of school and cliques and the groups and the internet and all of that. And if I had had some adults speaking into my life and helping me see that vision and challenging me and speaking that truth over me, I feel almost 100% confident that would have changed the game for me, that I would have been like, oh my gosh, they're right. Like, we're going to say some hard things on here. But the reason for that is because we needed people to say hard things to us, to look at us and to see more than what we were currently living. We needed somebody to say, hey, you are worth more than what you're acting like. You have more value than what you're selling yourself out for. And we needed people to give us that vision, at a young age. And we kind of had to stumble our way into finding out that God had a way better plan for us than what we were living, and it wasn't really our true identity. And it wasn't until we started developing a true relationship with God that we learned what our identity really is. And today, even 10 years later, that's something that we're still growing in. Don't let that scare you away, okay? Hang in there with me. If you're not a believer, if you think God is like a weird thing, there's no such thing as God, you're still invited here. You're still welcome here. You can listen to these podcasts and still feel that way. We want to be the people that we needed when we were in junior high school, early 20s, mid 20s. Okay. I'm 32. Jill's a couple years older than me. Melissa is a year younger than me. So that's kind of where we're at in life. Now, that is no hate to the guys. You're definitely welcome to follow this and listen to episodes if you're a guy or if you're older. No one is excluded. There's just so much that we've learned over the last decade, right? Or decade plus. And we really just want to break a lot of that off and share it with people. So, we can't go back. We can't go back to college. We can't go back to high school and make different decisions. So the next greatest thing that we can do is speak into the lives who are coming up behind us. But we believe a big part of sharing love is sharing truth. And so we want to help people find truth. Part of why our society is degrading is because we do not know truth. We don't know where truth comes from. Everyone is saying that truth is whatever you feel like it is. And we just think that is the real epidemic of our time. Just the whole movement of like, this is my truth. There's only one truth, guys. Okay. There's only one. There can't be 40,000 different versions of truth, because if everything is true, then nothing is true, right? The more that I'm on social media, the more toxicity that I hear. And I'm really sick of the pollution that I keep seeing in my feeds. And instead of just being sick of it, I decided to do something about it. So that's part of why this channel exists. A lot of the wrong people just have digital megaphones, and they are injecting the world around them with a lot of ideas that if you really put those concepts to the test, they're going to fall apart. they're going to break down. We want to introduce you to concepts that are going to stand the test of time forever. Even when our emotions are everywhere, even when life is everywhere, relationships fall apart, jobs don't work out, we have no idea which direction to go, we have a source that we can turn to every time. We have that we got that real stuff. We have that stuff that can't be shaken, can't be stolen, can't be taken away. And we really believe that this younger generation really needs a lot more of that. Here's what we're not. We are not pastors. We are not theologians. We are not Bible scholars. We're going to talk a lot about our faith. We're going to talk a lot about Jesus. We're going to talk a lot about the really, really hard parts of that and the really amazing parts of that. We're just everyday people doing this. Okay. The most extraordinary thing about us is the relationship that we have with God. Okay. We got the real deal. All right. No questions, no if, and, or but about it. He's more than a religion. The faith that we all live is not a religion. This is all something that we personally chose to walk into, and it's been the hardest but also the best choice of our entire lives. We're going to talk about the highs, the lows, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We are still human. We didn't turn into self-righteous religious robots. It is still real life. We still learn by making mistakes. We still go through really, really challenging times. We still want to give up. We still question God sometimes and wrestle with him. And those are all things that we want to talk about in these episodes, We definitely want to encourage you, to live for more than just what culture is about. Culture, guys, come on now. All that stuff comes and goes. It's so easy to get distracted with things that really are futile, that disappear, that fall away, things that don't last. It's just so easy to sell out for that kind of stuff. So we want to really challenge people to live from a place of building their life on the things that last. And those are the kind of things that we're going to talk about in the upcoming episodes. So we cannot wait to get to know people who come alongside of us in this journey. And we would love to hear from you, just thoughts, feedback, any ideas that you have, things that you'd like to hear about. So yeah, we'd love to develop a relationship. Stay tuned, and we hope that you guys find a ton of blessing and encouragement through this channel. Here we go.